Hello, Yankees fans. Today we have some news that is truly shaking up the Bronx and giving fans a lot to talk about. The New York Yankees have made a move that not only strengthens the rotation, but also ties into a historic connection that brings a lot of nostalgia for those who have followed the team for decades. Earlier today, the Yankees finalized a trade that brought left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers to New York from the Miami Marlins. This is a deal that has more than just baseball implications. It is a story about family, legacy, and a full-circle moment that is impossible to ignore. For those who might not immediately recognize the name, Ryan Weathers is the son of David Weathers, a former Yankees pitcher who played an important role during the legendary 1996 World Series run. Fans who remember that era know how pivotal David was in helping the team secure its place in Yankees history, and now his son is stepping onto the same field nearly 30 years later. It is the kind of story that makes you pause and reflect on how sports can connect generations and create narratives that go beyond the statistics. The trade itself was significant, both in terms of the talent involved and the message it sends about the direction of the team. To acquire Ryan, the Yankees parted with 4 prospects, including outfielders Dylan Lewis and Brendan Jones, as well as infielders Dylan Jasso and Juan Matus. This was no small exchange. These are young players with high potential in the minor leagues, and giving up this much talent indicates that the front office sees real value in Weathers' abilities and believes he can contribute immediately. Ryan is a 26-year-old lefty with a fastball that has recently touched close to 100 miles per hour. His secondary pitches, especially his slider and changeup, have been rated above average, which is encouraging for a player looking to establish himself at the major league level. Beyond his numbers, Ryan comes with a reputation for being a hard worker, a blue-collar player who approaches every game with determination and focus, something that fits perfectly into the culture of the Yankees. His father has described him as a lunchbox guy, someone who shows up, puts in the work, and lets his performance speak for itself. That mentality is exactly what New York fans love to see, especially when bringing in a young player who has the potential to make a significant impact. Of course, no trade comes without some risk. Ryan Weathers struggled through the 2025 season due to a left forearm strain and a lat strain that limited him to only 8 starts. Despite these setbacks, he managed to finish with a 3.99 earned run average, showing that even with injuries, he has the potential to perform at a high level. The previous year, in 2024, before the injuries impacted his play, he posted a solid 3.55 earned run average over 13 starts, which makes the Yankees' investment in him more understandable. The hope is that a healthy Weathers can step into the rotation and provide depth while other pitchers work their way back from injury. With veterans like Garrett Cole and Max Fried in the mix, Ryan has the opportunity to learn from some of the best, and his father believes that playing under the guidance of the Yankees coaching staff and alongside these talented arms will be the ideal environment for him to finally break out and reach his full potential. This trade is also about more than just talent. It is about history, legacy, and the storylines that make baseball so compelling. Seeing a former Yankees player's son come home to the Bronx almost 3 decades later adds an emotional layer that fans can appreciate. David Weathers received the news in his hometown high school gym in Loretto, Tennessee, a setting that makes the moment even more memorable, bridging the gap between past and present. It's not every day that baseball provides these kinds of narratives, with a past and a present intertwined so seamlessly, reminding us of the generational connections that exist in this game. But while the story of Ryan Weathers is exciting and nostalgic, it also comes at a critical time for the Yankees. The team's pitching situation has been under scrutiny, particularly with Garrett Cole still recovering from Tommy John surgery. Cole, who underwent the procedure last March, was initially expected to return by opening day in 2026, but reports now suggest he might not be ready until June. This ongoing uncertainty raises questions about how prepared the rotation will be for the start of the season. Cole is 35 years old and a cornerstone of the pitching staff, which makes any delays or setbacks a major concern. The Yankees' aggressive pursuit of Ryan Weathers, along with rumors of interest in other high-level pitchers, indicates that the front office is preparing for contingencies and maybe bracing for the possibility that Cole's return could be later than hoped or that he might not be at full strength immediately. From a purely baseball perspective, adding Weathers to the roster strengthens the rotation depth and gives the Yankees flexibility as they navigate a long and demanding season. Young pitchers like Lewis Gill, Will Warren, Cam Schlittler, and Max Fried now have a teammate with upside and the kind of work ethic that can make a difference in key situations. For fans, it is reassuring to see that the Yankees are actively planning for the future and investing in players who can contribute now while also having room to grow. Ryan Weathers may not only provide innings but also serve as a stabilizing presence as the team monitors the health and performance of its established stars. This story also sets the stage for a lot of speculation and discussion among fans. Will Weathers live up to the legacy of his father? Can he adapt to the intensity and pressure of pitching in the Bronx? How will he fit into a rotation that is already stacked with talent once everyone is healthy? These questions are already circulating and will continue to dominate conversations as the season approaches. What is clear, however, is that the Yankees made a move with intent. They are thinking about both the short-term needs and the long-term potential of the team. Ryan Weathers is a player who offers upside, depth, and the kind of work ethic that is valued in New York, making him a compelling addition that fans should watch closely. As the trade news settles in, the broader implications start to come into focus. The Yankees' willingness to trade top prospects for a player like Weathers signals confidence in his ability to contribute immediately and a recognition that rotation depth is crucial, particularly given the uncertainty surrounding Cole. The emotional storyline of a son following in his father's footsteps adds color to the transaction, making it more than just a routine trade. For fans, it is the perfect combination of baseball talent and narrative intrigue, something that sparks conversations in stands, online, and across every Yankees community. This is precisely the kind of news that reminds everyone why baseball is so much more than just the numbers on the stat sheet. It is about stories, legacies, and moments that resonate long after the games are over. While the excitement around Ryan Weathers' arrival is still settling in, Yankees fans have reason to feel a twinge of anxiety. The rotation, though bolstered by this new left-handed arm, is still facing uncertainty, and all eyes remain on Garrett Cole, the team's ace. Cole, a pitcher who has been vital to the Yankees' success in recent seasons, underwent Tommy John surgery last March, and what was initially seen as a recoverable timeline has been slipping further and further into the future. Originally, the expectation was that Cole would be ready for opening day 2026. But as October rolled around, it became clear that he would begin the season on the injured list. That alone was concerning, but reports have since suggested that June is now the earliest possible return, and even that is not guaranteed. For a 35-year-old pitcher carrying the weight of a massive contract and the hopes of a championship-caliber rotation, this creates a real headache for the front office and a sense of unease for fans. The Yankees have invested heavily in Cole, and while he has proven he can dominate on the mound, injuries at this stage of his career can be particularly difficult to manage. The pursuit of additional pitching immediately following the Weathers trade is where things get interesting. Despite having Max Fried, Lewis Gill, Will Warren, Cam Schlittler, and now Ryan Weathers, the Yankees have reportedly continued to explore high-end starters like Freddie Peralta from the Milwaukee Brewers and Mackenzie Gore from the Washington Nationals. On the surface, this seems like depth building, but the level of urgency suggests a more serious concern. Trading 4 prospects to acquire Weathers, and then still looking at premium options, signals that the Yankees might not be entirely confident in Cole's recovery timeline. The front office could be planning for a worst-case scenario, where Cole's rehabilitation takes longer than expected or he returns less than fully effective. The implications for the rotation are significant, because while the current mix of arms is promising, relying on a recovering ace as the centerpiece of the staff is inherently risky. From a strategic standpoint, this is a delicate balancing act. Ryan Weathers provides potential upside and stability, but he is still young and coming off a season limited by injury. The Yankees have to consider how to manage innings, maintain performance, and integrate him into a rotation where seasoned veterans are already established. There's also the added pressure of public expectation. Fans in New York have a notoriously short leash when it comes to patience. Every start is scrutinized, and while Weathers may have the skills to succeed, the mental and emotional adjustment to pitching in the Bronx cannot be understated. Pair that with the uncertainty around Cole, and it becomes clear that the front office is making moves with a heightened awareness of the stakes. While the pitching situation dominates concern, the Yankees' offense is facing its own drama, centering on the free agency saga of Cody Bellinger. Bellinger, who hit 29 home runs in 2025, has been a key contributor, and the team is understandably eager to retain him. However, negotiations have hit a significant impasse, with Bellinger reportedly seeking a 7-year contract worth over $200 million. This demand has drawn criticism from several corners, including former executives who question whether it is realistic for a player with some inconsistency in recent seasons. The Yankees, in contrast, have remained firm on a 5-year offer, unwilling to commit to a contract that would extend him into his late 30s. This negotiation has created tension, as fans debate whether the team should meet Bellinger's demands or pivot toward other options. The speculation surrounding Bellinger has naturally led to discussions of alternative targets. Kyle Tucker has emerged as a potential candidate, with many analysts arguing that he could provide more consistent production over the length of a mega contract. For the Yankees, the calculus is complicated. They need to balance retaining proven contributors with the financial implications of a long-term deal, all while keeping the roster competitive for the upcoming season. In this context, Bellinger's negotiations represent more than just a single player's contract. They are indicative of the front office's broader strategy and risk tolerance. The message to Bellinger and his camp seems clear. The Yankees are willing to walk away if the price is not right, signaling that the team prioritizes flexibility and value alongside talent. Meanwhile, the pressure on the Yankees management has never been higher. The combination of high expectations, a demanding fan base, and the uncertainty surrounding both pitching and offensive acquisitions creates a dynamic environment where every decision is magnified. Ryan Weathers' arrival adds a compelling layer of excitement, but it also underscores the challenges inherent in building a championship-caliber team. The Yankees are attempting to juggle multiple priorities simultaneously, ensuring the rotation remains competitive in the absence of Cole, maintaining offensive firepower, and navigating the complex landscape of player contracts. It is a test of the front office's strategic vision and their ability to anticipate potential pitfalls before they affect the team's performance on the field. Adding to the drama is the fact that Garrett Cole's recovery has become somewhat of a talking point in itself. Each update, each report about his rehabilitation timeline, is dissected by fans and analysts alike. Questions about whether he will regain his previous form or whether the Yankees need to adjust the rotation strategy in his absence are dominating conversations. This uncertainty elevates the importance of the Weathers trade, as well as the pursuit of additional high-caliber arms, because the team cannot afford to be caught unprepared. Every decision has ripple effects, from rotation planning to bullpen management, and ultimately to the team's chances of contending for the championship. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The rivalry between Yankees and Dodgers may be on the verge of gaining a new and dramatic chapter. Around league circles, whispers are growing that the Yankees are quietly positioning themselves for what could be interpreted as a symbolic act of revenge, a bold attempt to lure Japanese superstar Shohei Ohtani away from Los Angeles. No confirmations, no official talks, just a web of speculation fueled by ambition, pride, and unfinished business between two of baseball's most iconic franchises. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Yankees front office has been closely monitoring every movement around Ohtani, aware that opportunities in modern baseball often emerge suddenly. The idea of Ohtani wearing pinstripes is still distant, but the mere possibility has already ignited imaginations in New York. For the Yankees, this would not be just another signing. It would be a statement, a reminder of their global reach and financial power, and perhaps a response to past battles lost to the Dodgers both on and off the field. From a strategic standpoint, the allure is obvious. Ohtani represents a rare blend of elite talent, international appeal, and marketing impact. Yankees executives are believed to see him not only as a transformational player, but as a bridge to expanding their brand deeper into the Asian market. Such a move would resonate far beyond the diamond, reshaping narratives about where baseball's brightest stars ultimately belong. In Los Angeles, the silence has been noticeable. The Dodgers are known for discretion, but rival executives sense a degree of tension beneath the calm surface. Losing Ohtani, even hypothetically, to the Yankees would sting deeply, reopening old wounds in a rivalry defined by power struggles and historic pride. For now, everything remains in the realm of rumor. No deals, no formal proposals, only speculation carried by insiders and fans alike. Still, in a sport where perception often precedes reality, the idea of the Yankees plotting a high-profile theft of Shohei Ohtani is enough to keep the baseball world on edge, waiting to see whether this whispered revenge will ever become more than just talk. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.